Academy of Jackson Public Schools, Jasper Lusby. Hi, Jasper.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Thanks for having me. I always enjoy coming on.
Yeah, we love having you. And I noticed your shirt. It's in like 5 different languages.
Yeah. Sharp Park Academy hosts an ELL program. So we have 8 different languages spoken in the building right now. We have a teacher who is a Spanish-speaking TESOL teacher, and we have a paraprofessional who is a Japanese speaker, and she assists with translation services for all of our kids.
So you have students that English is not their first language.
Yes, that's the TESOL program, is students of other languages.
How does that help students like that are using English as their first language that haven't ever been exposed to foreign languages? Are they able to learn from other students,
Absolutely.
things like Arabic?
Yeah, so one of the beautiful things about having multiple languages being spoken in the building is that multicultural aspect. So we have kids and they bring their home countries with them, and so we've had the opportunity to experience some of those things, food, art, the language. The TESOL teacher, Maureen Heiler, does a ELL parent coffee hour, and so she brings all of the parents in, and we kind of help them sort through some of the information that comes out in newsletters and things like that. But it's also a really big part of the cultural celebration of all of our students, and so they're bringing what their native traditions, foods, celebrations, all of those kinds of things, and sharing that with our students as well. And then of course they pick up on some of the language nuances, and so we hear kids uttering little phrases in Japanese and Chinese and Spanish and Urdu around the building.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Jasper, when I woke up this morning and saw that it was snowing and 20 to 28 degrees, I thought, oh, well, the Sharp Park Academy's Bobsticle must be today.
Thank goodness no. And we've been so blessed and fortunate that the last few years of Spobsticle we've had beautiful weather. We usually do that in the fall though, so that we don't have to worry about snow.
Well, it's been a while since I've been there. I think the last time was the Christmas store that you had. So is everything done? The place looks great.
It's amazing. We are, I would say, like 99% finished. There's a few little things here and there that we're still kind of adjusting. We've got, our people are really on top of just monitoring some of those final little things that have been, wrapped up. We just had some completed work over spring break with the exterior grading, and we're really, really happy with the way everything turned out.
How's the drop-off pickup system going?
It's still Sharp Park, and we're still landlocked, and it's still a busy parking lot. It's still a busy road, and we just make the best of it with what we've got.
You should get a carpool lane.
We really wish we could, but we're actually working with Safe Routes to School again and looking at starting some walking school bus routes within the neighborhood so that we can kind of increase foot traffic and reduce automobile traffic.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, today we're going to preview some things coming up, but let's take a look at some of the photos you brought, some of the things happening at Sharp Park Academy.
Oh, this is super fun. One of my teachers in 4th grade, the team, this is Balloons Over Broadway. And so they do a STEM activity. All of the kids make balloon floats, and we do this the same day, like right before Thanksgiving. So kind of like the Macy's Day Parade with all of their balloon floats. And so the kids do a whole parade with their balloon floats down the hallway.
Nice, just like Macy's.
Yes. Mrs. Burkheader, Mrs. Heiler, a lot of the staff members, I've done it. Running club, so this is fall running club, and we just kicked off spring running club, and so they run for between 8 and 10 weeks, and then they wrap up with a 5K. That's always a good time, and it's awesome for the kids.
Well, you've got the park right next door, and the trail right goes through your front yard.
Yeah. Oh, this is one of my favorite things. This is the homecoming parade. And so Sharp Park Academy has, for the last 9 years, made a huge showing of having our kids, our youngest Vikings, out there walking the homecoming parade route. We're usually right behind the band and the school board, leading up to the homecoming floats for the freshmen, sophomore, juniors, and seniors. And I just think this is a great opportunity to build our Viking pride. But we also want to, make sure that kids are staying involved in their school and that they have a sense of community and a sense of belonging with their school.
Cool.
And of course, Spobsticle.
Spobsticle.
That's our fall PTO fundraiser. completely 100% parent powered. We're not paying anybody to put on any of our events with that, and so it's all volunteer based. They have created the obstacles, they set them up, they develop the course, they do all of the advertising, all of the the pledges that come in. They go through all of the financials on that. They put on an awards assembly for kids who are bringing in the bucks, and we bring in the bucks. It's been a very productive and a very profitable fundraiser for us, which is fantastic because my PTO is so amazing about making sure that they are putting all of that money right back into the school. So anything that our teachers need, the PTO is supporting them in that, but we also do a lot of stuff with the kids. So we pay for field trips. We want to make sure that every kid has the opportunity to have really great experiences on field trips, as far away as Greenfield Village, Mackinac Island, different zoos. We want to make sure that the kids are having experiences that are outside of the schoolhouse, and our PTO is phenomenal about supporting those initiatives.
Thanks, Sharp Park parents. And lunch.
So we get our visiting chef, and so I know that Taher does a really nice job with providing specialty meals around the district, the high school, Parkside, all of the elementaries, and so they come and do these specialized little meals. Sometimes it's trying new foods that kids might not be seeing every day on their own dining room tables. Sometimes it's just fun and creative ways of eating things that they're used to eating. So this was cheeseburger French fries.
Who doesn't love that?
This was our winter performance. Our integrated arts teacher, Jessica Leland, collaborated with Harmony Garden Music Services, and they provided a lot of support and coaching, and so we put on a phenomenal music program that the kids did a lot of songs and dances and skits, but it all had like a social emotional learning component with it as well.
Good job. I heard some reviews of it because our own Brandon Dowley,
Yes.
who has Barrett at Sharp Park Academy, was in the audience for that and said it was great.
She did a phenomenal job. It was great.
All right, let's get the new class of Sharp Park Academy into the building.
Yes.
It's kindergarten roundup time.
Kindergarten roundup time. I will be welcoming my 10th batch of kindergarten and young 5 kiddos.
Year at SPA. Wow,
Yeah.
That's great.
So April 24th, we're looking forward to welcoming our 10th cohort of kiddos into the doors. Kindergarten Roundup is one of my absolute favorite times of the year because not only do we get to welcome a whole bunch of new families and help them kind of get acclimated to their first year of school, but then we also get to welcome back younger siblings. And there's nothing better than when your older kids, moms are having babies and then you see them from little babies and then they're toddlers and now they're walking in the door as young 5s and kindergartners, and so that makes my heart happy.
Does each year the batch of kindergartners look younger to you?
I think that sometimes it surprises me how little they are when they come in, because like this time of year, they've already grown 6 inches, right? They're already getting ready to be first graders. And so then when you see them at the beginning of the year, it does remind you that these are just little tiny humans.
So kindergartners, future kindergartners and young 5s are invited to this. And you can go to more than one.
You can go to more than one. We encourage people to shop around and go kind of check out all of the different school buildings and kind of get a feel for the nuances of each building. A lot of the different buildings offer different kinds of programs that support children with different kinds of needs. And like I said, in our building we have our ELL program, and so kids are getting push-in and pull-out services for English language acquisition. We also have some special education related early childhood programming that's specific to Sharp Park, where we have clusters of children that have some specific needs with TA support pushed into the classroom, so they get that co-teaching model. But you can't go wrong with JPS. No matter where you end up, you're going to get a good quality program.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate you coming in and sharing the story of Sharp Park Academy.
Thanks for having me.
Nice to see you.
You too.
Jasper Lusby, principal at Sharp Park Academy at JPS. Well, stay tuned.